Okay, so now I'm back
Want
recording.
us
We
to
got
log out now and log back in?
no, it's gonna kick us all off at the same time, just about. Well, we can't log out and log back in. We gotta do it in succession. So I think
Oh, understood.
I was first and then one of y'all was next. So once we're all back in, that's when I'll unpause the recording and we'll continue. We only got like 40 pages left. But these are now these are instructions or just I don't even know what to call this. It's just fluff. Just know that. And it's usually several pages, but they're like random pages with signature pages in between. So this is more stuff from the title company, title documents that they don't have to sign. All of these have no signature lines, so all of these are fluff. You don't have to worry about doing anything except sending them back with the rest of the documents. Okay, here's one that they have to sign, a consumer certification. You see his signatures with no dates. This is the disbursement form. Doc, this is the one where I think you put their initials on both. Do this. All right, so we're just waiting on Latoya. Maybe she not come. There she go. Okay, so Doc, this is the one where you actually had them initial both spaces. That was the error that you made on this one. They needed to choose either or.
No, I did not have
You
anybody
did. Yeah,
signing.
check
They made
your
a
skin.
mistake.
They
I
made a mistake.
tossed it. Yeah, they
You
did.
right. You right. I saw that. Okay.
Do y'all see how he just throwing me under the bus and like I don't know nothing?
I'm not.
You
I'm
know
not.
45 coming down the street.
Yes.
Yeah, but you didn't put a routing and account numbers.
Uh,
I'm
you
just.
just want to nitpick. Okay, I got you.
I'm
Okay.
just saying. All right. So, you did do the information. The initials were correct, but you left the
Yeah.
account information out. There was no, and uh, this one for some reason they don't all look like this. Let me say that several of
Oh.
them will. Here we go. Look down here at these bullet points. If proceeds are in an amount less than $500, the check will be sent regular mail. If proceeds
To
are
their
in an amount,
default address.
right. If proceeds are in an amount equal to or greater than 500, the check will be sent via overnight mail at no extra charge.
Can
Blah
you
blah
increase
blah
that
blah blah.
size, Courtney?
Yes, ma'am.
I just want to say, I see it at 57%. I was like squinting. There it is. Okay.
Now, some lenders they don't break it down in dollar amounts. They just flat up give you options. They ask you, do you want to check overnight? Do you want to check via courier? Or do you want the money wired? That's what I'm used to seeing. This is a special Old Republic title stuff here, but you'll see more frequently than this. You'll see them just ask them, how do you want the money back? They don't break it down into dollar denominations and all of that. They just give them three options on how to get the funds back to them. Then this one is notarized, so all of that's on the second page. I know I got to fill this in because y'all just relentless. Okay, that signature one. I spelled it wrong. I know. Thank you.
Where's the date?
Don't forget the date.
It's not up here. It's right here.
No.
No, there's a date that say
There's a
Jane
date
Doe
right there.
Batman date.
Oh.
John Doe Batman date.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Thank you. I would have failed that, huh, Doc?
We in this together.
Yeah. Okay, and then this one here is the 10th day of February. And the year, I just need to put 2 here. Then my name. And then my stamp. I want to move. Oh, there it is. And then my commission expiration. Oh yeah, I wanted to tell you guys something, share what I'm going through. Everyone in Illinois, start your renewal 6 months before it expires.
Yep. I knew that.
Because mine expires March 5th. I sent my paperwork in the first week of January, and I have not heard a thing. We have called down to Springfield because I was like, okay, no major. I'll just take a day trip, drive down there, stay overnight, go into the Capitol. But no, you can't bring your body down there. None of that. Everything has to go through the mail. Everything. And they are backed up 6 to 8 weeks. Everything. There's no way to speed up the process. So I may be benched from March 5th until whenever my stuff I sent off in January, whenever it comes back. So I've been telling a bunch of people, start this process 6 months early because 3 months ain't enough.
Yeah, when I applied for mine, they said it was going to take anywhere from 10 to 12 weeks before I received my commission.
I had submitted my been waiting for my commission since September.
Oh
I had
my!
called Will County Clerk and she said she had to resubmit it.
What?
Yeah.
When did you get it?
I don't have it. She got my reward letter. She don't have it.
Did you go through the NNA or you submitted the information yourself?
NNA, and then they sent me the signature card and everything. So they got all that. If you look it up, my commission number, I have all that in the system. They just haven't sent the reward letter or whatever.
Oh, well then if you've got your commission number, then you are commissioned. Those are just formalities. So when did you get that information?
When did I get what?
When did you find out about your commission number and all of that? When did you get all of that?
Oh, I found out back in September.
So you sent it off in September and found this out in September too?
No, I just found out that I didn't get the certificate. I'm like, okay, well, how long is it going to take for me to get the certification, like the paper itself?
Yeah.
And when I called her yesterday. She said she was going to have to call back down there and resubmit the papers so I can get it. If that makes sense.
Yeah, it does. You two just talking about the formal physical commission letter.
Right.
But yeah, you still a notary though. You could get see my situation, like I don't need to have that physical piece of paper. I just need my credentials to be valid. Okay. So yeah, you will never once you get it and you scan it and make a PDF, you ain't gonna use that thing no more unless somebody wants you to prove, quote unquote, that you're a notary. And even when you show it to them, they ain't gonna know what they're looking at. I mean, so it's important to have, but it won't stop you from doing business if you don't have that. Now, you may have problems when it comes to uploading it to signing services, but if you're doing general notary work, you are a notary. You are shown on the Illinois website as a notary, so you are commissioned.
Okay.
All right, let's zoom back out. I see you squirming, Miss Vicky. We almost done. My chair ain't my friend.
It don't have nothing to do with the timing. It's a bone hip issue, so it don't matter if I say it.
So you need some CBD in your life. You need some gummies, girl. Get you some gummies. Don't show no drugs on the screen. Don't you do it.
And don't you be talking like that on this course. What is you talking about?
What? It's legal in Illinois.
Look, I was going to pull over, and then I thought this was just too much information. I just took the Advil, the proxy. I was going to say, I go off camera, blown over. I was like, I just took these. But right now, it's just Tylenol, Advil.
I don't condone drug use. I don't condone drug use.
No, I just want to go out and put my bionic hip in so I can get the move.
I know that's right. You're going to make your first twerk video after the age of 46.
All the kids that know me at Job Corps, they're gonna be like, no, she didn't.
Okay, Doc, on this one, you left off the date on page 1 of this affidavit. That was so the 10th day.
Where did the date go at the top?
Yep, okay. Very top. I'm putting it in now. Then on page 2 is where you fill stuff in. Now, this one,
that for us so we can see that a little bit better. All right. Just a little. That's good.
Check for affidavit of no new improvements. Okay, how do we handle this one? I talked about this one a little bit in the first video. I'm just gonna complete it, and then y'all can make your own assessment or ask me later. The check for affidavit of no new improvements. The majority of the, well, all of the refis that I have done, this is the case. There were no new improvements. They didn't put a new roof on or build an addition or any of that stuff. So they'll put a check mark here or their initials. So we're gonna put an X. Check for affidavit of new improvements. If they had put any additions on since they applied for the loan, since the inception of the loan, they need to list that here. So they will put an X here, and then they want to know information about the loan and all of this stuff. Check for affidavit in lieu of survey. You can ask them, did they get a copy of the survey? If they did not, if they did, they will know. If they did not, they will check here. That's all. It's that simple. And then they can put none here because there are no exceptions. Or you can leave this blank. And after that, Doc, you didn't have them sign this either. They are the owners / affiants. Okay. So signature 1 and signature 2. No dates up here, ladies. And then the date goes here, the 10th day of February.
That should be signature 2.
Yes, I'm going to fix that. Signature 2. Thank you. Then I'm here. And then my commission expiration.
Put that L in there for your middle initial. You can't. That's
It's
on
not
your notary.
required,
I
but I'm
saw
gonna
it
do it
already.
anyway. It's not.
Yeah.
It's just what I do because of my son. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm gonna put this, my stamp, and then I'll zoom out, and we've completed this one. Now, next page, Homestead Affidavit. I don't remember what you did on this one, Kathy. Anyway, we're gonna fill it in. We're gonna do Latoya's location since so she's in Will County, so it'll be Illinois, then Will, and then it will be John Doe Batman. When you add both names on one line, you can use the word and, or you can separate them by a comma, but you cannot use the plus symbol. So it will be signature 1, comma, signature 2. Their marital status, they married. This is where the property address should go. It is their homestead, so we will put a circle around this. I can't make a circle. I'll just put a 0. Then after that, their signatures go here. I got to make a correction up above. I'm going to do that before we finish. Up here, it's not signatures. It's name, not signatures, but their name. Then they sign down here, and this is State of Illinois, County of Will. Yes, you can abbreviate the states. Then here, where it says, before me, the undersigned authority on this day personally appear, you have to put both of their names separated by a comma or by the word and. So it's name 1, whoops, name 1, 2. All right, and then the date, a long version of the date. I'm not sure if you can abbreviate the month. I don't. I just write it in. That's just my habit. Then I'm here, or the notary is here. Then the expiration date of your commission and your stamp. Then we'll zoom out because we got that one completed. Oops. Okay, let me go to the next page. Certification, proof of identity. This is what Wells Fargo will use, a version, something like this, instead of a Patriot Act. But it's basically the same thing as a Patriot Act, except they only want you to use the driver's license. Certification of proof of identity. I'm not going to fill this in because we already did a Patriot Act, but you do have to sign this at the bottom, but you do not stamp it. Yes, notary public signature. And one of the ways that you know you don't have to stamp it, Vicky, why don't I have to stamp this?
I don't see where it says I'm acknowledging it or an affidavit sworn or in front of me.
Okay, that's partially correct. That's partially correct. Latoya, why don't I have to stamp this?
I don't know. I was going to say that the same thing Vicky was saying.
Okay, that's partially correct. Doc, why don't I have to stamp this?
It doesn't say expiration of your commission. Expiration date.
Nope. When you stamp, what are you doing? When you stamp something, you are doing what?
Acknowledging the signature.
There you go. It doesn't have, they did not sign it, so you don't have to stamp it.
Thank you.
You're not saying that the ID is
no,
what you see?
You notarize their signatures, not their information.
Okay.
Thank you.
So you don't notarize this because they didn't sign it. All that other stuff applies, but the main thing is they didn't sign it. All right.
Okay.
More of those single page documents that you can toss in. These are usually at the end of the file. So Vicky, you probably wouldn't dig and get to these to give to them. So you may have to hand them that pile of single signature page documents more than once, which is fine. The main thing is that they sign it correctly and you guys go through and get all of the docs that need to be executed done. This one, homeowners insurance information, don't fill this in. Don't. If they start to say that they want to go and get their book and finance, you ain't got to do that. The title company already knows this information because they did a search on the title. So they only need to sign this. And you can tell them the title company will fill that in for you if they want that information. Now we've got the POA and correction agreement. Doc, you didn't put the data in down here. It is very easy to miss. I'm going to blow it up for you guys. I mean, for you ladies. I'm such a chauvinist. I got to get better. All right, so it's the 10th day of February, and they've already got the year. Then on the next page, power of attorney and correction agreement. Consumer signature, so he goes here. Then he's going to print his name here.
Now, this one, why does it have Jane first versus John?
Oh, they just inverted it. So,
okay.
What we're going to do is slide. We're going to slide this down here. And then we'll slide this down too.
And why did they go from borrower to consumer?
Because it's a product. They are consumers of this loan product.
Okay.
But they're also borrowers. They're borrowing a payoff of, so they're both. They're also owners. They're also affiants. So they got a lot. They wear many hats. John Doe Batman, and this is Jane Doe Batman.
And you spell Batman with 2 N's.
That's because my finger's heavy, Vicky.
That's right. Get him, Vicky.
Look, I want to make sure I know what I'm doing when I get ready. You know. do this. I'm already nervous.
You sound like Kat now. Don't do that to me. Don't do that to me.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, it's
Kathy,
serious stuff.
Illinois is not a witness state.
What?
Yeah, you had a witness here. Who was the witness anyway? Who was that?
Catherine Eason.
Oh, you witnessed it yourself? Okay, good job.
Yeah, no. Oh, Catherine Ramsey was the what's the
right.
case?
In Illinois, unless the title company tells you, we don't have to have witnesses on real estate docs.
Okay.
Right.
But if you do a property in, like, I think it's Florida, Arizona, I think I've encountered like 3 states, they will have you get a witness. If they ask you, can you bring a witness, that's an extra charge.
I know that's right.
Because you got to get a body and have them watch these people sign this. So now, this is where it gets very tricky. And I'm going to ask y'all. So
I just have a quick question. Exactly what is a power of attorney? Because the power of attorney is different in medical language.
Okay, this power of attorney is giving them, usually it's 90 days. So basically, you are giving them power of attorney to make corrections on your behalf to clerical errors and mistakes only. They cannot change any numbers. They can only do dates and words.
Okay.
That's what this power of attorney. That's why it says power of attorney and correction agreement. You are authorizing them to make corrections on your behalf.
Okay.
All right. Then, now we get here. They've got an all-purpose acknowledgement, and I know I told y'all to stay away from those. However, on this one, their signatures are right here, right? So this is a different kind of all-purpose acknowledgement. So this one you would execute. So I'm going to ask y'all. So I'm going to put the date here. Yes?
I'm blank 2022 before. Yes.
Yeah.
All right. And then I'm going to put what goes here.
My signature.
Whose signature? The notary or one of them?
The notary.
Okay.
The notary.
All right. What else I do?
Put your seal.
Okay. What else I do?
Date it.
Where?
They didn't show a date.
Right here.
Here?
Right there, yeah.
Oh, on the next part.
All right.
And the term jurat, I did have a question about that because I've heard acknowledgement, affidavit.
Yep. There you go. Right.
All of that. So
hold on one second. Let me take this. Okay. Hold on, please.
Okay.
Hello, this is Courtney. I'm well. How are you? Yeah, you can send the file.
Ladies, if you print off this time,
say that again.
If you make a print up of this?
Yeah, I haven't.
I haven't.
Yeah. Oh, Toya, I'm sorry. There is a hood element to this. These documents ain't free. So
that's fine.
Yeah, Kathy has this at home, and there's another young lady named Kara. Yeah, Kara. Kara and Kathy are the two who have purchased the loan docs.
Yeah, Kara, sir.
Yeah, Kara, right. And so they have completed these before, and there was not as much success as we wanted. So they demanded that we make this video because they want to know. I mean, they scanned it back to me like I was a title company, and then I reported to them what their errors were. But they wanted to see it done right, so that's what we're doing now.
No, I scanned that back to you as my teacher, not the title company.
I'm gonna mute you.
The reason, and I want you to know the difference, because I wrote my notes on the document, and I know if I was sending it back to Courtney Stevenson Title Company, not to write on it.
Nah, okay, you're right. like I was saying,
And
Latoya.
remember, on the first page, the first word on this document says practice.
She got you, Mr. Courtney. She got you.
Okay. You know what? I grew up, I wasn't a big fan of light-skinned people, Kathy. You knew that, right? You know that when I was a little boy.
What people? What people?
Light-skinned people. Light-skinned
You wasn't.
No. First time I ever had a light-skinned girlfriend, it went real bad for me. She stained me for life. Yeah. But I had grew past it. But you are reminding me that y'all just feisty and y'all just press people. Kathy, we gonna roll around in the grass and move some furniture around up in here. Okay, Latoya, it was practice.
Hold on. You sound like my daughter talking about light skin stuff. Don't start that. But anyway, like Vicky said earlier, I have to get this right. Because if I'm a notary and I'm gonna be a signing agent, hey, my stuff got to be tight. I want to know how to get this right. And listen, you the teacher.
Okay.
I'm not giving you pushback to be a smart butt.
Oh no, wait, I appreciate it. What were you saying, Latoya?
Yeah. Oh, thank you, Catherine, for wanting this video because it's really helpful to see it done in front of us.
Yeah, I wasn't gonna do this.
Thank you, Latoya.
I was just gonna fill it in and eat and post. I was gonna do this video by myself and just complete the docs and post it someplace for Kathy and some other people who had the docs. But yeah, Kathy, she spearheaded this. So Kathy, thank you for twisting my arm. Apparently, this was a great idea. I wish I had thought of it, but I'm gonna give you the credit. Thank you.
Thank you. You're welcome. We're in this together. Okay. So
now, what else am I doing on this document?
You're gonna change that date because that's a 2/10/22. It should say 10.
Yep.
Day of.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
You guys are filling this in. I'm just, All right. Now this is the critical part. Are we done?
No.
What else I got to do?
Sign it.
So you want me to sign it twice?
Yeah. Scroll. I see a signature.
Okay.
Yeah, if it says signature. Yeah.
All right. Okay. What else I do?
Put your seal back down at the bottom.
So I'm gonna do this again.
Uh-huh.
All right. All right. Let's zoom out and see. Are we done?
Can't see. Nope. Well, wait a minute. Okay. Why did your thing go to the next page?
Because it's set to scroll so many lines at a time.
Okay. That look right.
That look right?
Mm-hmm.
It's good, Vicky?
I think so, yes.
Okay. Hey, Marie, you thanks for coming in, girl. We almost through. We ain't even got 20 pages left. But I gotta edit some stuff out of here because one of these ladies was talking about drugs and all kind of stuff. I gotta go and delete some of this audio before I post this video. And then one of them is a federal spy for the government. So I gotta edit the video first, Marie, and then we gonna put this up in the group or somewhere. And then Latoya was talking about she make $80 an hour. People just gave too much information about their lives. I have to fix that before we release this video. But we still got.
I really think you should do this over by yourself. Don't have our comments on there. That's not good.
Do you know I've been working this? We're going on 3 hours on this, 40 minutes times 2, and I'm not doing this again. But I am going to delete some of the audio, and I'm going to talk over.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the next, can I go to the next page?
But is it right?
Yes, it is.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah, a lot of people screw this up real bad. That's why I asked y'all to tell me what to do. This is correct.
What's the difference between the wording, the all-purpose acknowledgement or acknowledgement versus the jurat?
Okay, so here is my take on that. An acknowledgement is when a person signs and they are acknowledging that they signed it of their own free will. Okay? They signed someone else's words of their own free will. A jurat is when your statement, you have signed your statement and you are signing, attesting that it is true.
I see.
So
Okay.
let's make it basic. An acknowledgement is somebody else's words. A jurat, those are your words.
Okay.
Okay?
Thank you.
We got to pause, y'all. Boss lady calling. Hold on. Hey, honey.
So I put a statement in
Yeah,
our
it
group
it
that if
was for about
anybody
a
wanted to go through
CDL
these
driver. I
documents
saw. I didn't
together,
see the
we could.
text yet. I'll check.
Okay.
Because I sent Courtney a message and saying I think I did real
All right,
well
I'll
on
answer
it.
it right
For
now.
him to come back and say it was horrible. The air went out my balloon. But I think if we were in person, it wouldn't have been that way. You know what I'm saying? We could have all went over each other's work. And
yeah, but here's the thing. I agree with you, except I wanted you to fail. I wanted.
What? It's okay. It's all right.
Yeah.
It's okay. That's how I learn. So it's okay.
Yeah, because I say all the time, repetition is the one way that you're truly going to learn this is from repetition. And I needed to know how far away from the basic knowledge you were. So I needed to know what was missing from your understanding of this process. So I needed you to fail. I knew you were going to fail. I knew Kara was going to fail. But I couldn't figure out how to help you until I knew where you were weakest.
Where we were at.
Right. Yeah, and I couldn't assess anyone from a conversation. I had to put it in your hand and see what you produced. So we've done that part, and Vicky has learned from some of your mistakes, some Kara mistakes. LaToya gonna probably pick up from some of the same. But I needed to know what direction to try to steer you in. So this was something that, and there's a lot of people in the group. They, I don't know where they are, and I won't be able to help them because I can't assess them. I do have, like, I can tell the people who are here on this Zoom. Catherine is testimony that, man, that thing I be screaming about, those Google business pages, there's something to that because she been killing it with her Google page. People been finding her, and she been doing her thing outside of loan signing. So there's several ways to make money, and it doesn't always have to be from a signing. The signings are the most lucrative, but you can definitely build and add to your business with just general Google ads. And Kathy, I learned some stuff. I did some research about the Google My Business page. We're going to link up, and I'm going to tell you something that I learned just yesterday that is amazing about.
That's another video. Y'all may do that as another video. And have us
I don't know if I can do another video with Kathy.
Don't leave us out.
I don't know if I can do a video with Kathy.
I would love to do that.
I need some
thought it was gonna be hard.
I need some backup though. I don't want to be
What?
Nothing. I'm messing with you. Let me tell you about it, and then we'll see what happens.
No, I wasn't saying that. I wanted to tell Vicky it's normal to feel scared. You just do it being scared. On my first real signing, I had to call Courtney. Hey, what am I doing? It was for a 401k. And he didn't offer too much help. He didn't. And I don't mean that in a sly way. He wanted to see where I was at again. I get it, because I used to teach too. So you put stuff out there to see where your students are at. Yeah. And I went and did it. He's not gonna give you an amount. You have to go out there and look at your amount. But Courtney, what I didn't mention to you is that I did a 401k disbursement before.
Okay.
Well, I mean, not for somebody else, but I've done it for myself before. So I'm using that knowledge as well. And buying a house, some of that's falls in place for me. That I know some of it. But Vicky, I have a power of attorney coming up on Saturday. My first power of attorney.
Okay.
So where did you generate your business from?
My
Courtney.
My Google page.
Your Google page? Because I be getting people who be asking me to do different signings, but I can't sign anything because I'm not a signing agent. But it's only been like stuff for signing.
Okay, I'm gonna say something. Y'all might not like this, but it's just real talk. Toya, you are a notary, right?
Right. Mm-hmm.
You can notarize a document legally, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
So do I need to finish? Do I need to say anything else?
Nope.
Okay.
She got it.
Right. So now don't get me wrong. I am strongly in favor of knowing what you are doing, but I'm also in favor of learning this any way that will adhere to you. So if you can't get it from because I've taken the NNA course and a test, I ain't thrilled. I was, they give you a bunch of diagrams and some PowerPoints that look all fancy. Hell, I screenshotted all of that, copied it, and made it a study guide for people. So if you know what you are doing and you have the measures in place, like you need some E&O. Latoya, you got E&O insurance?
Yes.
What you carrying? 5,000 state minimum, or you got more?
I got state minimum.
I didn't hear you, Toya.
I'm sorry, Latoya. I had cut her off.
It was 25. She was trying to get me to do 25, but she said it'll be better to do more, so 50.
Okay. All right. Yeah. We carry 100. We carry 100. Mm-hmm. There's a company called Burback or Bayback or Boo Boo, something like that. You can get up to $1 million in E&O insurance. I don't want that much because I ain't like the price. But I do plan
you guys to maybe drop that in the group to say where to go to get it. So
you know what? There's several places
off of NNA and all of that.
You can get the insurance from the NNA. We shop our insurance at the NNA, but that's only up to 100,000. They don't offer more than 100,000. So if you want more than 100,000, you can look up merchants, travelers, and I think Burback. Byberg. I don't know the name of the place, but there's a place that you can get $1 million of E&O insurance. And so, Latoya, I'm not urging you to say that you're a signing agent or anything like that. I am simply telling you that you are a notary public.
Yes, I know. That's all I am.
Okay, but I'm only a notary public. I was certified to do loan signings, but that certification, it is a preference of the industry, not a requirement. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'm pissing a whole lot of people off with this video, I'm sure. Yeah, we definitely going to have to cut some of this audio, but I believe that I should keep it real with you. If you learn what signing agents do, then you have the same knowledge as them. Having that certification just means that I passed someone's standards.
Right.
But I am a notary public in Illinois. Like if you go to, I work direct with a nationwide title company. They have no idea what the hell a signing agent is. They ain't never asked me about an NNA certification. They ain't asked me nothing about my background check. They did their own. Hold on, ladies. Oh, this is Courtney.
Latoya, are you or Catherine, are you guys north in Illinois or are you guys south in Illinois? Where are you all located?
I'm in Chicago and I'm in the High Park area.
Okay.
I am 35, 40 minutes south of Chicago.
So you guys are still way north of me. Okay. Because I see sometimes, people are trying to get together and meetups, but I'm St. Louis. I'm like 15 minutes from the park.
Oh, okay.
So y'all ain't got to ever worry about me doing that unless y'all going to be playing some spades and y'all got some real chips on the grill. Then I'll come for a meet and greet. But I'm like, I live too far. I'm not going to drive an hour. I love all of y'all. I do because you guys are definitely making me feel like I possess part of what could possibly help people be successful. So for that, I thank all of y'all. But if I can't do it just in my general passing around or moving around, then, unless y'all gonna come close to where I live, now if y'all want to meet up by O'Hare, I got you. I'll go that far. But man, y'all live.
Are you the only Black person in Crystal Lake?
I'm one of the few. I've only met 4 others who live here in 4 years. What?
I just met another person that lives in Crystal Lake too.
Was they Black?
She's a nurse. No, she's a nurse, a white lady.
Yeah, it's funny because when I go to the store and I see another one, I'm like, We look at each other and it'd be slow music playing in the background and the wind be blowing through our hair and we run in slow motion towards each other. We'd be like,
do the big hug. What's up? Y'all give each other dap and
yeah,
everything.
we'd be like, what's up? It's good to see you. It's good to see you too. And then we go our separate ways and I don't see them no more for 2 years. But I can say this. I have not encountered a sliver of aggressive separatist behavior. I go someplace and people look at me because I'm burly and I'm dark and I look like a mini Suge Knight. So they look at me and they be like, "He finna steal all this shit we got," and I ain't gonna try to stop him. But once they get a chance and they hear me speak and we start to have a conversation, they usually warm up immediately. So um, I do like what I love about Crystal Lake is I can walk from my house to the street with no shoes on. I ain't gonna step on no glass, no cigarette butts. It's always clean and beautiful. Now, the noisiest person on the block is me. I don't even know how I feel about that. But it when I go back out west to visit my mom or I check on the apartment building I own over there, I do go through a little bit of a culture shock. Oh,
When this go, I can go right back to the Facebook tab and click it and hit that link, and I'm right there again.
I think we lost Miss Pena because I didn't get a chance to tell her what to do, but she came late. She'll see it on whenever I figure out how to make this thing live.
So
Go ahead.
one of your trips of bringing back your kids or visiting your mom or your apartment building, you can squeeze in like 2 hours, extra hours to meet with us.
Yes,
I mean,
yeah. I go to the city every weekend. I mean, because my one son lives in Westmont. My other son, I got baby mama job. My other son lives in Oakland, so I'm through that area all the time.
I know you said that, so
So
I'm saying
I mean,
just in there.
yeah, you know what? I would okay. If y'all put it together and tell me when it is far enough ahead, I'll commit to come.
Do you all as a business, do you all have any memberships? Like, do you join the Chamber of Commerce? Have you guys
Are you asking me?
You're the only one.
All right, so here's what I've got in my, I guess, quote unquote portfolio. I did join the Small Business Administration because I was looking for government contracts for notaries.
Mm-hmm.
We are probably one of the few notaries. We're the only notary company I've seen that has a Better Business Bureau accredited profile.
Okay. I'm just asking for your meetups and stuff. You know, sometimes when you become members of those places, you can use their meeting rooms for free.
Oh no, I haven't done that because this is gonna sound crazy. We are not drifting away from the notary business. My wife is starting to dabble a little bit. We just bought 2 real estate homes out of state. And she wants to own income property because she works a 9 to 5. And so she's not accessible like I am to the clients. She can't get to people. She can't take the closings. Like when I do the ones for my nationwide company, sometimes she'll take off and help me because they're in too many different locations and I can't cover them all. So we definitely want that money to come to the house. But this has become it is now. It's my full time. It's my full time job. But in the next couple of years, it has allowed us to grow into some other things. Like we got a Turo business we launching later this summer. And
what business?
Turo.
What's Turo?
Turo is where you rent vehicles. It's like
Turo. Turo.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then later this year, I plan to purchase an out of state income property too. So we've been able to use and like she was cold. Like one of the houses that she bought, she used the credit from her notary business to buy it. She didn't use a penny of her own money. She gained the business credit and then leveraged the business credit into cash. I gave her a small loan, for a lap dance or something, and she
out of order. Out of order.
What do you mean?
First you offered me drugs, now you done took us to the strip club in the house. Come on,
yeah, mess is what he is.
So she is gravitating towards something else. I plan to incorporate like this class that I'm building. I'm always going to be stamping papers because that's just it's a beautiful thing for me anyway.
Mm-hmm.
But there's so much more that we learned from doing this. Like I don't know who I was talking to. I was talking to somebody, and I was talking about your EIN number and your DUNS number, and that's the next part of the continuing education. I think I was talking to you, Doc, when I was telling you how. No, it was you and Miss Jones. Her name is Sakara Jones. She's in the group, and she has a separate LLC. And we were talking about how I was going to plan to show people the process from going to just an EIN number with an LLC to an LLC with a DUNS number. And then I just recently found out that your LLC can own brokerage accounts. So your LLC can buy stocks and bonds. And this is the stuff they didn't teach us. I had to learn all of this.
Yes.
So like your LLC.
Count me in if you need somebody to do a help with the training on that DUNS, because I'm DUNS and EIN, and I have my business in the LLC. If you just need somebody, hey, we're gonna have somebody help, I'll be more than happy to show people.
And it's like, I'm trying to target like us. I'm trying to target us because like I got two sons, 11 and 14, and when I was growing up, my parents, they just instilled in me, get a job, go to work, and take care of yourself. They didn't tell me about growing and stuff like that. At a 3-unit apartment building, I bought it when I was 30 years old. I'm 52. So I had nobody who went before me to show me any of these things. And it's like, I believe that now that I'm in a position where I'm better able, I want to empower like some of us first so we can pass that stuff to our kids and grandkids. Because, man, they taking care of their own and we not. And so
we not.
I definitely need that because that's what I've been looking for, property, an apartment building.
Oh, okay. I walked away from mine in 2017 when I got married and I moved up here. That was right before the pandemic came. So this is my best advice to you. If you want to buy a separate, standalone, multi-unit property, shop location.
Mm-hmm.
I did not do that. I was 30 and I was just like, it's 3 whole units. It's 3,900 square feet, blah, blah, blah. I got to do something with this money because I was a UPS driver. So I just bought this building and I fumbled my way through a whole lot of stuff and I learned a lot. But by the time I realized that my location of my house was not the best, and that ultimately was the one thing that led to the defeat of that project. Now, luckily, it burned. I didn't do it. I swear, I got an alibi where I was the day of that fire and all of that. But it burned, and the insurance company has to pay me a replacement value, so it's close to $500,000. That's how I'm gonna buy something else someplace else. It's from the money from a fire loss of that. If you plan to be a landlord and you don't plan to live there, shop in a location that you would want to live in. Because that way you avoid being desperate for occupancy. I was always desperate. I mean, I had 3 units and I lived there rent free for over 20 years. So I was on the first floor. And the second and the third floor paid for the rent. They might have bought a Cadillac or something like that, but ultimately that area was never great. And
what area is that? Was it in Chicago?
Oh yeah, it was on the west side in the hood. Yeah, on the corner of Cicero and Jackson.
Oh, okay.
See, look at your face. Look at your face, Latoya. You see your face right there? See that face you made? But Man,
but wait a minute. I disagree with that. If you look at the West Side right now, from Western back to California, back to Kedzie, that's going to look different in about 5 years.
I own that building for 20. I bought it in 2000. It took from 2000 until 2015 for the troublemakers to either die, get too old to run from the police and cause problems, or go to jail. So that whole gentrification, that's a long process. And
it is.
Even if you do plan to buy it and hold it, you still got to do something with it while you're holding it. That's why I was like, now would I shop that area again in some years? Maybe, but not now.
You was right there by the 290. You was right there by the expressway.
It was perfect. You don't understand. There was a bus stop in front of my house. There was a bus stop across the street from my house. There was a bus stop on the other side of Cicero, and then another one there. Then I had the Lake Street train, the train that travels down Lake Street. It was a half a mile north of the property, and 290 was a quarter of a mile south of the property. So it was perfect. But since I had that place, I've been shot at. I was witness to a white t-shirt fight where it was 50 kids out there fighting, and they all had on white t-shirts.
Oh,
I'd have had my back door kicked in. I'd have had candy bars put in my gas tank. I had the city sent me a letter because they would believe that I was running a brothel on my third floor.
You did tell us about the lap dance. I don't know, Mr. Quick. That sounds like that could have been you.
That girl was not running a brothel up there. She just had some friends that was a little wild and crazy. It was not a brothel, but the city thought
it was a little bit more than what was expected. That the city sent you something saying, "Mr. Stevenson, why is naked women coming out your property?"
Well, wait, that would have been I was a bachelor, so that part that could have been her or me.
That's what I'm saying.
But it wasn't. There was no. I ain't finna explain this to you, woman. There was no brothel in that place. Well, anyway, Latoya, the location is probably the one thing that contributed to the decline of my building, and I had to eventually let it go because when COVID came in Cook County, people didn't have to pay rent. They just didn't. There were no evictions unless you had a hoodie and some Timbs. You could evict them that way, but you couldn't get caught. So, now when I first bought it, it was beautiful. But over time, the people in the area and all of that together, it just got to be too much. So I got lucky that there was this mysterious fire that burned the place. But it didn't deter me from wanting to be a landlord again. That part, I'm very thorough. I mean, like my lease is ironclad, and I learned how to work with tools, and I can do sand floors and light plumbing and light electrical, all of that stuff. But we just trying something different because this is stuff for our retirement. So we seeking out properties that have property management already in place, and just different stuff like that. And it costs a little more, but that's what being notaries has been able to lead us to do. So this is never going to be something that I stop doing. But at the same time, it's like any job. Your job can become your greatest tool to grow and build. I don't know what you want to call it, wealth or comfort, success, whatever you want to call it. And I just want to show us that, doing this because it's about to change. Illinois is soon going to make it where you have to take a test to be a notary. That's going to go into effect later this year. So soon the field of this could get a little bit smaller. Just like signings are about to dry up, ladies. They are. Because the interest rates, they ain't as low as they used to be. So Doc and Vicky and Latoya, if you don't have a Google business page, that's a good place to start. That's how other people will find you. And Kathy, she can attest to, they'll look for you and they'll find you. They will. And that'll help keep you busy through the rough. It goes up and down, and I believe there's a down period coming. Okay. So it won't necessarily come to a standstill, but just like the three of you, y'all getting deeper into this, there are a lot more people just like you that are getting into this. Some of them gonna fall by the wayside when they start chopping prices like Me and Kathy was looking at printers the other day, and printer prices was crazy, wasn't it?
Yes,
somebody was ready to charge me $600 for a printer.
So
I thought I was doing bad. I was looking for like that Brother printer. It was $3 and some change, $389 or $429 or something like that.
We don't have a printer that we paid more than $350 for. We don't have a printer that we paid more than $350 for, but we bought them 2 years ago. And then the ones we bought in the last year or so, they all smaller units. So yeah, the equipment is ridiculous. The price, but there's a shortage of them, which means that people paying those prices.
I'm not. Well, since you told me I don't have to pay $600, I'm not.
Yeah, no, don't do that. All right,
where were you looking? Where were you guys looking at for a printer when you got?
I was on Google. Well, I Googled the printer, and then somebody had it in stock that they were going to sell it for. I think it was a solo person on Amazon that was going to sell it for $6, and I almost got it, but I stopped myself because I talked to Coach. That's what I call Mr. C.
Understood. Okay, yes, ma'am.
But I can't afford $600. I can't.
All right, so we at page 55 now. Now this is that acknowledgement I was talking about. This is purpose acknowledgement, Kathy. This is the one that you do not complete.
Do not. I did this afterwards. After I saw it, I had already signed it, but I know now.
Do not complete it because there's no signature that you notarize. See, look, this one already been stamped. So this page, this acknowledgement is all by itself. Now, the reason that they have these, in case you miss a stamp, they would take this and staple it to the second page of that stamp you missed, and the notarization here would take care of that one that you missed. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
But you don't give them this. You don't give anybody your stamp just on a document because they can attach it to anything. And now you done notarized something and you never even saw it. Mm-hmm. So you don't complete these. They have 2 of them in the packet, I think. No, that's the page didn't turn. All right, affiliated business arrangement, disclosure, statement, notice. That one, they just signed. They don't date it. More instructions are coming up. What do they do with your personal information? And then we have, now these are the altered commitment for title insurance. None of these, you won't sign none of these. These are all title documents. And usually when I'm doing a closing, the lawyer keeps this stuff. But they're title docs. Then we got the label. So the label is the official end of that first packet. Remember, this packet has some practice docs in it. So this label ended that one from Old Republic Title. Then I threw in some extra documents like this quitclaim deed. This quitclaim deed trips people up because it asks you, all right, so Jane is going to sign here. You're going to notarize Jane's signature. Then on the next page, wait, no, look here. No, let's start at the beginning so it makes sense. All right, you got to read. Let me blow it up. Jane Doe Batman, who acquired title as Jane Doe, now married hereinafter the grantor, whose tax mailing address is the address of the property. In consideration paid, grants and quitclaims to Jane Doe Batman and John Doe Batman. So she had the house at first on her own. It was her property. She got married. And her last name became Batman because she acquired title as Jane Doe. Now she's Jane Doe Batman. And she, Jane Doe, is going to give title to her and her husband. That's why there's a quitclaim deed, because Jane Doe is quitting her interest in the property and she's giving it to Jane Doe Batman and John Doe Batman. That's the whole reason for this. And signing them gets weird sometimes, but this is a document prepared by lawyers. We're not attorneys. We don't practice law, so don't feel bad if you don't understand this. It's okay. You can call the title company and they will tell you, instruct you on what goes where that you can't figure out. But they label it a lot. So Jane Doe Batman signature goes here with the date. Then here's your venue, state of Illinois, county of, wherever you're located when you sign these. Then you're going to put the date. This is where it says Jane Doe Batman personally appeared or is known to me or has produced blank as identification. When you see this, whatever ID you use to verify them, you write that in here. So if it was a driver's license or a passport, but it still had to be a government issued photo ID. Then you're going to sign and stamp the bottom of here, and it continues. On the next page, this one, municipal transfer stamp. Now, this is what I tell people, or no, I don't tell nobody nothing because nobody asked me until now. This is what I do with these. I put the date, and I have a buyer, seller, or representative sign this. In this case, I would have both of them sign this. I would have the date of the transaction, and I would put his name and her name on that one line. That's what I would do. Or you can print 2 copies of this and have him sign one and have her sign one and send them both back. The reason why I would say send them both back, because if the title company or the lender gets one with both of their names and they don't need them both, they're just going to shred the one that they don't need. That way you've executed the document correctly. You don't have to worry about going back getting a signature that you've missed because you got everybody's signature. And this document doesn't get stamped, so you don't have to worry about the notarization part of it because it's just a signature.
That was the question I have for you. What does that mean by municipal transfer stamp or
the
county
municipality is the municipality is like the town or whatever that they live in. You see how it says if required.
If required.
So
yes.
This doc isn't always required, but if it is, then you've executed it. If
Understood.
not,
okay.
they just gonna shred it. Okay.
Okay.
Then on the next one is the grantor and grantee statements. I think here you go. Statement by grantor and grantee. The grantor. So who is the grantor, Latoya?
The grantor is the person who's lending them the money?
Nope. Let's go back 2 pages. 3 pages. 4 pages. All right. Jane Doe Batman will acquire title.
Jane Doe.
There you go. Jane Doe is the grantor. And who is the grantee, Vicky?
Now the grantee would be Jane Doe Batman and John Doe Batman.
Right. Those are the grantees. So when we go back to the statement, date, you put the date, signature of grantor or agent. So who signs there?
The grantor.
Right.
Like
Jane Doe Batman
right?
signs here. Yep.
Yeah.
Subscribed and sworn to before me by the said grantor. So let me type it in and y'all can see it. Visual aids. Visual aids. February. Then this is 22. Then this is Jane Doe. Not Jane Doe Batman, but Jane Doe.
Mm-hmm.
Then down here is the grantor. Oops. Let me get rid of this. And then she signed it on the same day, the 10th day of February, year 22. Then I sign and I stamp here. And I want to add this. Okay. Then down here, it's identical except it says signature of grantee. So again, they're both grantees. So you would have John Doe Batman and Jane Doe are both going to sign in here. So I'm just going to write both names. And because this is a legal document and you're not a lawyer, if you got it pretty much right, they cool with this. I have not had anyone send one back to me saying you can't have both of them signed as grantee because the first page of the quitclaim clearly states that they're both grantees, and they didn't include the second page for me to separate them. So, it's like they leave it up to me to determine the law. I would suggest to you, if you see a quitclaim deed, call the title company. That's the one way you know you get it exactly the way they want. Don't do what I do. Call the title company and do what they tell you. Anytime you have a question and you don't immediately know the answer, call the title company. If the title company doesn't answer, that's when you resort to what you've seen me do or what you think you know, or, just giving it your best effort. But if you don't know, always call the title company. And then now here, this is where you're going to put grantor or grantee. You can make it plural. Now, this is the last page of the packet. It was the quitclaim deed. And I threw that in there to just throw people off and mess people's heads up, make it hard. That's it, y'all. Man, what it take us almost 3 hours. And so, yeah. But we made it from beginning to end and everything. Now, I tell y'all what. Vicky, I don't have yours. Latoya, if you promise that you will not share this with anybody, I'm going to make a copy that you can view only. Vicky, I'll make a copy that you can view only.
You sent me one before when we first talked, but it wasn't this.
It wasn't this. No.
No, it wasn't this.
I'm going to make you a copy and email it to you. So 2 of y'all will be able to go and look at this.
Okay.
Kat, you can have this since, you butchered the other one so badly.
Do you have any others, Mr. Courtney, that maybe not this type? Like I know you said there's a refi, there's a HELOC, there's this that I can buy
Vicky,
when I'm ready to print it out.
This was a refi.
No, I'm saying, do you have any others like the?
Oh yeah, I got some.
Okay, because I want to buy one to be able to do the same thing Dr. Cat did. Yeah.
I got what I call is my final exam. It's 368 pages.
Ooh,
what?
I'm ready. Nope, I'm ready because y'all said don't be scared.
Wait,
get in there.
No, Kat, listen. The one that's the final exam, the only difference is there are 4 signers.
Ooh.
It's a signing that it's my worst signing I ever had in my life. And people had me that I was cussing so much, boy. Inside cussing. But there are 4 signers. It was ridiculous. That's my final exam for my course.
If you can master that, then everything else would probably then really start to make sense.
No. You know what? I'm going to disagree with you, Vicky. The reason is repetition is how you are going to learn. So you don't need a package that big. You don't even need a package this big. But I wanted to get one. Like this one is missing some stuff that I'm looking for to add and replace. Like, remember how I told you sometimes on the note or the mortgage, they want them to initial every page at the bottom? I want a mortgage like that in my practice docs. I want that, but this one didn't have it. So every time I get a signing and the paperwork pisses me off, I say, you know what, I'm going to make this a training signing right here. So I got like 30 of these. I'm working on them simultaneously, but it's just people ain't ready. And so now I'm going to tell y'all a little bit about the one, Vicky and Toya, the one I'm going to send you. You ain't going to have all these pages. I'm not going to give you all the pages, and you won't be able to print it. You'll only be able to look at it in Adobe Acrobat. But some of the more difficult sections, like I'm going to give y'all the quitclaim deed because I've been giving that to everybody. And I'm going to let you guys have the application, and I'm going to let y'all have maybe 2 pages to notarize. But, that's really it. Because that's, and that's just because you guys took the time to show up. Like Kathy, she get an update to all the docs that I make whenever she ready. And, y'all, we're going to bring y'all along slow. I hope that you found value in this, like this right here, because I've never taken a class from anybody. I just know people be charging way too much money, and it pisses me off. And so I was like, yeah, I'm going to do something about that. So
you saved me from going to, the person that don't look like us. I don't want to put that out there.
Yeah, and then I see this one dude, his name Mark somebody, he said that one of his title companies voted him the number 1 notary in the country. I'm gonna show y'all something. Let me, because in my mind, I'm like, dude, whatever, man. So this is what I believe.
That's that marketing piece.
No, I want his title, and I'm gonna show y'all why I think in
Mark
my mind, why.
She's in Forbes for notary too.
Say that again.
This black girl, can't think of her name, but she's her program is Notary to Notary, and she's in Forbes for notary.
Really?
Yes.
Now I would like to see her.
Latoya, say that again. She what?
She has a group, and it's Notary to Notary. So she does like a lot of classes on notary signing and everything, and she's in Forbes.
It's not Notary
Is that
Pro.
The black lady from Atlanta?
Yeah.
With the long braids.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I've seen her stuff before. Yeah, she cool. She is cool. She cool. But that guy that's talking about y'all, can y'all see this number right here that I'm highlighting?
No,
you gotta
we still
reshare
looking
your
at the
screen.
Zoom
You still see the document.
Yeah, see, I be forgetting that part. Wait, hold on. This taking me a minute to do this. Oh God, of course.
I have to say you are getting better on Zoom because the first time.
See, here you go. Here you go.
You're on top of it though.
All right.
Latoya, thank you so much, girl. Just thank you. Thank you.
All right. Look, this is why I think I'm qualified to go for his title.
Look at all that money he had come in.
Look at this month. Where is? Hold on. Wait, am I doing this right? I'm trying to find.
You did real good in April and May of last year.
No, December was my month that I. Oh wait, this is not right. Oh yeah, here we go. This is the number I'm talking about right here. Look at this number for December.
How much you spent on supplies?
No, that's the green number, sis.
Oh.
Yeah.
You know what? We didn't need to see this. We're not there yet.
No, but this is why I believe that I deserve, I'm like, that dude talking about he was voted by his title company and all of this. I'm like, man.
Gonna get there. You gonna get there.
Yeah.
You gonna make sure you get there.
He charged so much. He charged people so much. I was like, dude, whatever, man. All right, ladies. When it time's out this time, we can say adieu.
Okay.
We didn't do too bad. We was on here 2.5 hours. That's like a good talk with a buddy I ain't seen in a long time.
So until you get up and running, do you in-kind yourself for these classes that you offer?
Say it one more time.
Do you in-kind yourself?
You're donating your time.
It's like you make a donation to somewhere. So you offer these classes for free, so you can charge it on your taxes as you're doing like pro bono work.
That's why I'm saving my videos. I plan to. Okay. I didn't know how to formulate it, but I did know that I'm able to do that. So that's why I saved the videos and I save all my content, because I'm gonna go and put an hourly time thing on how many hours I spent. Yes, I do plan to.
Okay, that's the government.
If I send you my business page, Courtney, my professional business website, will you take a look at it and critique it?
Yes, ma'am. Is it? Did you make it yourself?
I haven't. I'm sorry. Say that again.
It's not the Google website. It's your own with a domain name.
No, this is my own with the domain. This is what I had set up long before I came back from Job Corps up in Boston. I had everything set up. The LLC, I did everything, and then when I got back here is when I, did the NNA and met with you. So told you I'm at the point now of getting the equipment. So once I get my equipment, I want to simultaneously get my equipment, and I want to start doing like the Google business page, and I can do all that through my SEO stuff under my Wix, so I can get that promotion out there.
This is my website right here, Vicky. I made this myself. I made mine, and I made the one for. This is the one that's my standalone LLC. I do drone photography, and I do weddings. And I'm a notary. See my Illinois and Wisconsin Notary Public. And then when you scroll down,
Yes.
It's called a responsive site. So this is when I eventually plan to go back and build the part where I do the weddings, because those are a lot of fun.
I bet.
And it took me, how long did it take me to make this?
Will you
Maybe.
look at mine and give me some feedback?
I definitely will. I definitely will.
I appreciate it. It's WilkinsEnterprisesInc.com.
Text me the link, because I don't.
I was gonna say I'll send it to you.
Yeah.
I just wanted to, and all I have on there is about the notary stuff. I don't have any of the additional services yet because I'm not sure what to build into, additionally to the business. But I know this is just supposed to lead me away from my babies.
And then I'll show you the one that me and my wife is CLS Mobile Notary Service. This was the first one, and this business started everything. And this was when my stepson was a notary, and this website has been up since 2018. We talk about the different functions that we perform as notaries. Just man, and we still do get people that give us hits on this. They fill out the contact form, and then we got another one, the Google Business page. So we're trying to stay out here, and we have definitely had a lot of good traction on all of that. So I would definitely tell you what I think about your webpage and give you some pointers. Especially, it's an advantage to you if you've made it yourself. Then I can speak on a more techie level, and you'll know what I'm talking about when I say go in and do this and this and this.
Okay, thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you for your time, as always.
No, thank y'all for y'all time. I mean, as all y'all gotta do is when the time comes and y'all business hit, and I say, hey, I was hoping I could get a testimonial. Maybe if I helped a lot, then y'all just tell people he the Black Notary Messiah, and that'll be good. Any more questions?
What did you say? The Black Messiah? What?
The Black Notarial Messiah. Yeah. I'm the Black Jesus of notaries. Yeah. That's what.
Well, you know what? You can get that rating for me right now, because.
Well, wait till we ain't even got to the good stuff yet. Wait till we get to the good stuff. I just, like right now, you ladies are getting your feet wet. There's one person in the group that has an edge over you guys, because I told her to go sign up with some places, and in 2 weeks, this woman had done 12 signings. Wow. And she makes those calls to me like you, Kat. She was like, Courtney, look at this, tell me. And so, but she never watched any other videos. She ain't never sat in on one of these sessions. She's doing really, really good. Now she is traveling a lot, because I told her she is getting paid to learn how to do this. That's the best scenario when you first starting out. She driving an hour away sometimes for a signing, but it's still a signing. And she's learning bits and pieces, and I'm giving her pointers and tips. And I told her eventually, and out of respect, I did tell her that I'm not gonna say the name of the company because they keep her busy as hell. And if y'all find them, I'm not gonna let you know that that's the company. But she found them, I found them. So it's companies out there right now. She gets at least 9 closings a week.
Nice.
At least. So, man, when y'all get y'all, and she got stuck on a QCD just like this. She had one of these that threw her for a loop. She's made a couple of other light errors here and there, but a lot of her stuff she's sending back, and I'll never get to see it because I be busy and I can't go through her doc. So she's been doing her own thing, and I did tell her that once she outgrows that company, and she gets out here and she starts doing stuff from SnapDocs and other title companies, that's when she's going to need to shave her time down at the table. And that's where, because in this time definitely is money. So the more efficient you become, the better your chances are to make more money, because you can just do more signings in a day. Like at 13, I will never do 13 damn closings in a day again, ever, ever, ever. Now, if I do 6, I'm like, okay, that's a pretty busy day. Because that means I done made at least $800 that day. But the ultimate thing, I'm going to tell you, try to get direct. I didn't know anything about it, and I've never successfully worked. I've never reached out to a place to work direct with them. They found me. But the place that pay me for my direct closings, they pay me $500 for every one.
That's what's up.
And I'm like, that's all. That's all I do. I'll go do theirs, and then I'll come back home and maybe take a Google customer at the front door. Or something my wife don't feel like driving to in the afternoon, and then on the weekends a couple. But like y'all saw my December. Well, my December was like that company be having me out here. So it's definitely the more you put in, the more you can get out of this.
Thank you. And I emailed you my links. I mean, my website. So thank you.
Very welcome. And then
nice to meet you, Latoya, and good to see you, Dr. Cat.
You're welcome.
All right, Miss Vicky, I'm gonna talk to you later. Cat, right. Me and you still gonna fight. I don't care what, all the pleasantries, whatever. I ain't
scared. You know what? I'm from the south side, but I act like I'm from the west side.
See, here we go. Here we go. Latoya, I hope to see you at the next one. Hopefully, you weren't distracted by Catherine too much with her thug antics. Good video.